Hi, I'm Embry and this is Embry's Corner and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, watch review subscriber, welcome. If you're returning watch review subscriber, welcome back. Hi. So today's video, I don't know what it's gonna be. I don't know what it's gonna be. So we're just gonna, I guess, get into this. So I think I'm gonna do a story time today. I just know I need to film another video. I need to film one, so I'm gonna go ahead and film one. I am gonna give y'all part 2 of the My Miami haul. I got my last package. I'm not my last package. I got my second to last package. Waiting on my last package, and then I gotta get a few more things for the trip, and then I'm gonna get a suitcase, and then and then I get my hair and nails done. That'll be it. But I'll do it towards close time for us to go. So like yeah. So those will be the next things I'm working on, and I will come back on and do like a whole haul of everything I bought, everything I got, as in a part 2 of that. So you'll get that. And but yep, let's get into it. So I got 2 story times that I am thinking about doing today. If I do one now, you'll get the other one probably after I come back from Miami, and the other one today. So I guess I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna do a story time about my mama today. I thought about this a while ago. Well, I thought about this a couple days ago, and I remember I was remembering back when my mama used to do hair. And so yeah, so if you want to hear about what my mama used to do hair, then let's get into story time. So I've talked about my mom a little bit on here. You know a little bit about her. You know how she was as far as like when it came to school, and just like how she's not overprotective, but like she don't play when it comes to me, and that's been obvious in any of my videos if you watched them. So this is about the time my mom actually learned how to do kinky twists for me and my cousin. So if you don't know much about my mom actually did go to beauty school. Yep, she did. She went to beauty school. She went to cosmetology school, and she almost finished, but she didn't finish. So the gist of what I got from why she didn't finish was she had almost gotten done, and then she let the girl cheat off her test booklet, so like that automatically failed her. And basically what would happen was she gonna have to come back and just retake that one course over again, and then she have her cosmetology license. And she didn't get it, and she didn't want to go back, and she found out through that she really didn't have interest in doing hair for real. My mom actually started out doing hair young, and like just like little things like roller sets and stuff like that. That's the stuff that she used to do when she was young, and she used to do her hair a lot. Not to mention the many times she probably chopped off her hair and redid and chopped it off again and redid it when she was younger. So she know how to do it. My mom is a jack of all trades. Like my mom in person, you know that like she doesn't just like do particular things. She can do anything. My mom used to do hair, makeup, she made cakes. My mom is a jack of all trades. Like she can do just about anything. I mean anything. I kind of got some of her skills, but not all of them. Like I can't do hair for some reason. I can't do it. I make cakes, but I need directions. And as far as makeup go, I have shown interest in it, but I haven't like sat down and tried to do makeup before. Maybe when I was younger I did, but now I don't. So like I said, my mama did go to beauty school, and so she ended up leaving beauty school, and she ended up getting a job at a plant in our hometown, and she worked there for years upon years. And in that plant she met my dad, and that happened, and they had me. And that is a whole nother story about how she met my dad in itself. Like, there's a whole story about that I'll get into one day. But so basically, like, that plant ended up like it used to be. So basically what happened is that plant ended up shutting down eventually. It didn't stay up much longer after I got in school. It ended up shutting down, and they ended up moving the plant somewhere else. So my mom ended up getting another job somewhere else, and at another plant. Actually, she ended up getting 2 jobs actually, but that's another story for another day. She ended up getting a job at another plant. Now in this time, my mama did know how to do hair. She did know how to do hair. She remembered a lot of things that, you know, from back then. And so when I got up into like elementary school and stuff like that, I guess my hair, as I got old, I guess my hair had become harder to tame. You know what I mean? And her working full time and me going to school, that just wasn't a lot of time for her to always be able to do my hair. And so she started spending money to get my hair done, braids, all that. I remember when I was younger, my hair used to stay dead. You know what I mean? It would stay dead now if I just, I don't know why I don't keep it done now. I know when I was younger, my hair used to stay dead. All the way up until GD school, my hair stayed dead. It isn't until recently that I've been learning how to work with my own hair. I'm natural, as you can see. I don't know if you can tell, but I am a natural. I've been on the off natural. I was on the off natural for a year now, and then something happened and I converted to full natural. So I've been natural for the past year or so now. So mom used to keep my hair done. So at first, she was paying people to do my hair, and then after I had got like maybe like in the first, maybe 3rd grade, she had up and decided, okay, well, you know what, I'm tired of paying people to do your hair. I can just do it. So she ended up learning how to braid, plait, whatever you could think of. Mom ended up learning how to do. So she ended up learning how to do all that. My mama used to braid my hair all the time when I was younger. I mean, all the time. Like clockwork. My hairstyles would be up maybe 3, 2, 4, 5 months. I'm not gonna say it wasn't up no 5 months, but like 3 and 4 months, and then I'd take it down and we'd take it down and she'll plait it back up. I can show y'all like different photos of like some of the styles my mama used to do on my head when I was younger. So as I got older, oh my god, I remember like when my mama used to do my hair, we were just talking about, we was in the lesson, but she was talking about how I used to act. I was very young, y'all, and I was very tender-headed. I still am tender-headed now, but when you a child and you tender-headed, you don't understand that that's just part of what's going on when they do your hair. Me as a young girl, you would have thought my mama was in there trying to kill me the way I would go on in that chair. Like, it was ridiculous. So me and my mama didn't always live in apartments. We actually used to have like a little house, and it was in the family. So I told y'all about the hill. I told y'all about the trailer on the top of the hill, and like it like right below the trailer was my big mama house. So I think maybe like a year after, maybe 2 years after my mama had me, we actually ended up moving into that little house. And we lived down there till I was probably about in the 3rd, maybe 2nd grade. I'm gonna say about the 3rd or 4th grade. We lived in the South so I was up in about the 3rd or 4th grade, and then we moved. So in that house was when mama used to like, she used to like spend days. I mean days. During the week, like my hair would just stay up, and then like the weekend she plotted out. She said, okay, I'm off this weekend, we're gonna do your hair. So she'd take it down Friday night, wash it, and prepare it to braid. And she'd spend from Friday night to Sunday morning or Saturday night braiding my hair. Like, it would take that many days. And my mama wasn't like doing, and some I know technically that shouldn't take but 4 hours, but my mama was like My mom, this wasn't something my mom was doing every day. Like, she was doing it every 3 to 4 months. And she was doing it because it was cheaper and she knew how to braid, so it didn't make sense for her to pay for somebody else to do something she could just learn how to do. And I like to think that I was like a test dummy, you know what I mean, for my mom to test new styles and stuff like that. Like my mom used to do like any kind of hairstyle you could think of on me. Like, you know, like the lemonade braids that had came out that was like real popular at one point. I had all that when I was younger. Like, I had all of those hairstyles, all of those types of hairstyles that was popular last summer. I had all of that, which is why when they came out, I didn't want any of it. You can go back into like some of my mom got a big photo album of all like my school pictures in it. I know every time right before school pictures, she'd redo my hair every time, never failed. Right before school pictures, she'd be redoing my hair. If my school pictures fell on a Monday, best believe that Friday she was doing my hair that weekend to get it fresh for my school pictures. No lie. I remember one time she did like a whole little style with beads. I remember one time she did like some pigtails on me, like cute like little pigtails. My mom used to do all that stuff on me. And so as I got older, like a lot of the styles that was actually popular for me or for me and my cousin, she wasn't able to do no more. You know what I mean? Like, it was some things she was able to do, but she wasn't able to do those styles. So what ended up happening was when she ended up at this second job that she had got from the last job she had got, she I guess she ran across a coworker that knew how to do like certain things like kinky twist. I remember kinky twist and micro braids. She ended up running across a coworker that knew how to do all of it. And so in the plant, the girl would teach my mama how to do all that stuff. And so at that time, she was paying to get, and if you know anything about those type of styles, at this time, those styles are expensive. Like, if you go to a professional to get those done, you're going to be out about $130, $198. Almost $200 depending on what type of micros you got. You know what I mean? So those were not no cheap hairstyles that I was getting. So at this point, I want to say I was in middle school. And so I remember the first day she came home and told me that she had learned how to do those styles. And so at this point, like, I really wanted that stuff, but you know, it wasn't possible for her to pay to keep my hair up. So I was getting like other stuff done. And I told her when I went into middle school that I didn't want to keep doing like those hairstyles anymore. I wanted to do something else. I wanted to do what was in. And what was in with the kinky twists, the micro braids, all that stuff was in. So the summer before I started middle school, that's when she learned how to do that stuff. And so one night she came in, she said, okay, yeah, she said, this girl at work been showing me how to do twists. She said, I want to try and see, can I do it on you? So one weekend, that weekend we went out, we bought a whole bunch of hair. We came back home, we sat down, and that whole weekend she spent twisting my hair up. Like the whole weekend she spent twisting my hair up. And so after she had done them or whatever, she really wasn't clear on how to was I the first person she tried on? No, my cousin was the first person she tried on. I think I had already had some in my head at the time. Yeah, that's who it was. My cousin was the first person she tried on. So my cousin came, so she did my cousin hair one weekend. She bought a whole bunch of hair. She did my cousin hair. And she ended up, at first she didn't understand how like to curl the end. She didn't understand she was supposed to use like the small rollers instead of the big rollers. So she ended up using the big rollers, and they were pretty, but the curls were too big for the style. But it was pretty though. So what ended up happening was the next time around she ended up, so after I saw my cousin, I said, well, you might as well just do mine too. So she ended up doing mine. And she actually, this time she actually found out that you could use it. She found out that you could use like, there's actually two different ways to curl it. You can wrap the hair in its hair, or you can roll it and dip it in hot water and it'll curl up for you. And so the first time she did it, I got mad compliments. It looked that good. It was pretty as heck. I got pictures from when she used to do it. And so from that point on, like, kinky twist was just what I was doing. That's what I was rocking. That's what my mom used to do every weekend. I kid you not, we was doing my hair every weekend. Now, it would take my mom at least 2 days to do the kinky twist. 2 days depending on how she worked. So if she worked from sun up to sundown, it shouldn't took no more than about 2 days. Now, if she worked, like, if there was a lot of breaks in between, which sometimes there were, because, you know, if you ever set for 4 and 5 hours getting your hair done, that doesn't feel too good. So my mom would be up all day, all night doing my hair. And although, you know, we was doing that and it was fun or whatever, you know, it wasn't something you wanted to sit and do all day long. And it would, like I said, it would take 3 and 4 and 5 days for her to do it. I mean, 2 and 3 days for her to do it. I think the longest time it took her to do it was my first year of high school, because she had been working and she started on a Sunday night trying to do my hair. So she started on a Saturday trying to do my hair, get it ready for the first day of school that Monday. So she really didn't finish my hair until like that Tuesday. And even then it still wasn't like technically done. Like, she still had to curl the ends. So it really didn't get done till that Wednesday. So at that point I don't think she learned how to do the micros yet. So at that point I was getting kinky twists like on the regular. And so then I guess the girl ended up teaching her how to do micros. So she ended up learning how to do that, and she ended up starting to do micros on my head and stuff like that. My mama learned. I wish I could show y'all pictures. Like, my mama had got really, really good, so good. Like, people would come up and ask me who did my hair, and my mama would tell you, and she'll tell you now. She learned how to do that stuff for me and my cousin. She learned how to do it so she could do other people's hair. She learned it for me and my cousin, because first of all, those styles aren't cheap styles. You have to pay some money to get those done if you want to get it done right. And it made more sense. You can do this. You might well learn how to do this. She actually ended up stopping after a certain point in high school, because she ended up leaving that job, going to an entirely new job, and then I got funny. Those styles had went out of style. Like, people wasn't getting those styles as much no more. It was like box braids and like the long Nubian twists and stuff like that. Those things, crochets and stuff, had started coming into style. And so I actually ended up finding somebody else to do my micro braids, like, towards the end of that. And so at that point, my mama just was like, well, you know, well, you find other folks do your hair. Ain't no sense in me doing it no more. So she stopped doing my hair, period. Which I kind of wish she wouldn't have. I wish she would have kept going and like learned how to do other stuff, because then she could have still been doing my hair. But I don't think she probably would have wanted to stand up like that, because that got old real quick. And then she was doing my hair from like the time I was in first grade all the way up to high school, y'all. Like, that's how long my mama had done my hair. That's how long my mama had been doing my hair. Imagine doing that like clockwork from first grade to high school. That get pretty old pretty quick. And then my cousin had put me on to like a girl that she knew. So I ended up going to her, and on and so on and so on, until I ended up where I'm at now. And so a lot of things happen within my hair journey. But I do remember my hair being like the most healthiest when my mama was doing it. Like, I remember it being the healthiest. Like, it's healthy now, but I remember it being the healthiest when she was doing it. And now we were sitting up laughing about how I used to go on in that chair. She used to get so mad with me, because like I told Josh, you would have thought that my mama was trying to kill me in the chair the way I was acting. But I just didn't understand that's just how what comes with that process. It hurts. It doesn't feel good. But I like it now because I like getting my hair done now, so you know I can deal with it. Now back then, although I was excited to get my hair done, I would act it. She just felt like, well, I wouldn't act like that with nobody else. So she said she just gonna stop and let me go to other folks since I act so bad when I get in chill with her. And I can understand it. I kind of wish she wouldn't have, but that's just how it goes sometimes. I can give you story times about like my hair journey, like, you know, from, cause I still get stuff like that. I still like braids and stuff like that. I haven't got kinky twist or time. I haven't had those since like my freshman year of high school. Like that's how long it's been since I had some of those. So yeah. I can tell you about like that girl that I went to. She was I actually love that girl that I ended up going to after my mama. But like I don't know what happened. She I guess she just got tired of doing hair, so she stopped. I guess she stopped as like doing her daughter's hair or her hair, but I know she stopped as far as like doing other people's hair. And then I can tell y'all a story about the time about my hairdresser who passed away last year, right before COVID like really hit. I can tell y'all that story, and I can go all the way up to, you know, before that, the girl who left me hanging on my birthday. Yep, I can tell y'all that story if y'all would like. But yep, I want to tell this story because I thought it was funny how me and my mom talked about me acting up in that chair. Like she was telling me at the what you call it, she was like, you used to go on so bad, I didn't like doing your hair. She's like, you in the chair, you trying to hurt me, you hurting me. And she be like, she felt bad because she wasn't trying to hurt me, but that's just how it went, and I didn't understand it. But yep, I'm gonna leave the hair like I said. I do plan to do part 2 of my Miami haul, so I ain't forgot about y'all in that area. If y'all want, I can do like a packing. You know, I do got to wash, cause most of my bathing suits are from Shein, so I do have to wash those. I got to iron some stuff before I pack it. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do before I get ready to go to Miami. Come back and get y'all that haul and stuff like that if y'all would like. But I will see y'all in the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you liked it. Like I always say, like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think, what you want to hear. And I might see you next one.